Cheers! Welcome to Movie Bitches, RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars 2, Episode 3! Oh my god, this was an intense episode.
I'm still coming down off all the adrenaline.
Seriously, though. But quick side note, in case you didn't notice, we have fabulous new t-shirts, thanks to Hunties.
Hunties.com.
Yep, they gave us these, so that's fabulous, and thank you. So, drag queens.
Well, so the episode started, and they show, the guest judge doing the runway walk, and we both weren't really paying attention during the credits, and then we went, wait, what? And we had to rewind it to see Jeremy Scott's outfit, which is a bubblegum pink tuxedo with no shirt, and a little crown, like he's from Where the Wild Things Are. It was a lot.
It was a lot. No shirt, and you're just freshly waxed chest. What a weird choice.
That was a choice.
Everyone walks into the workroom.
Yep, we find out Katya would have gotten rid of Tatiana too. I don't necessarily think that's the right choice.
I don't think it was the right bottom three.
I agree. I think Fifi should have been in the bottom.
I think Fifi should have been in the bottom and gone home.
Instead of Detox and then gone home.
So they're all walking in and they all genuinely seem like they're gonna miss Tati.
Yeah!
And it's sad because she's a fierce queen.
I just don't think that she did that bad of a job. Although I do agree with Alaska that her runway was not as strong as Roxy's.
Yeah. Oh, right. So they're jerking around, they're de-dragging, and Alyssa is like, oh, there's only 8 of us left. And then she's like, wait. No, yeah, 8. 1, 2, 3,
4, 5, 6, top 7.
You were looking at yourself in the mirror, so you're counting yourself twice.
7. There's 7 of them left.
I didn't go to school for math.
I was living for Alyssa this episode. I normally am living for her, but I was really living for her.
She was just having so much fun, and it was like everyone was having a party, and then it cuts to Fifi, and she's just like having a piss time, mad that Alyssa's being joking around. She's finding Alyssa to be annoying.
Which, I guess, sure, we're just getting a little glimpse of it, and it's if you were around that all the time, maybe you would find it annoying. Fifi really is grating on me. I'm really ready for her to go.
Me too.
As someone said, they better not be glasscocking her.
Ugh.
Fifi just seems to be in a bad mood all the time. It's what is up your ass, girl?
But they all walk in, and I feel like, particularly this season, all the queens have really stepped up their workroom looks.
Sure.
From, cargo shorts and reef sandals.
Yep.
And hats. Ugly baseball hats.
You're talking about Chanel.
This season, they really seem to be bringing the fashion, or at least the just sort of polished,
Sure.
I'm on television. I'm not going to wear reef sandals. So Ru comes in, and she assigns all the girls different female characters throughout history.
Right, herstory.
Throughout herstory. And everyone gets, famous people, and I was sitting there thinking, okay, so, had Coco still been on this season, would she have been Michelle Obama?
Maybe.
Because it was all these queens, and famous people, and then it was and the one from America is Annie Oakley. It was this who's our royalty? Is someone going to be Jackie O?
She could have been Cleopatra.
I guess she could have been Cleopatra. I wonder who she would have been.
I don't know.
Because, obviously they gave them each a character beforehand.
Right.
So,
So it had to have been set. Annie Oakley was real weird.
It was out of place.
You said, they couldn't have done Jackie O or whatever. There are a lot of...
I'm trying to think
of,
Betsy Ross.
Or
go that
Roosevelt,
far.
or...
Yeah, Eleanor Roosevelt. It was something... It was very, okay.
Coco could have been Harriet Tubman.
Sang a song about the Underground Railroad. I kind of would have loved that.
Or if someone was Hillary Clinton.
Whoa. That actually would have been a great tie-in.
It would have been.
Herstory.
Yeah.
And it was sort of interesting. So there's no mini challenge, and she just says, we're doing a lip sync extravaganza. And you're going to play you, and you're going to play this, and she assigns everyone.
And it was so weird because clearly they had been told prior to coming on the show what they were and that
they had to have their outfits ready.
And what was weird too, they didn't have like a scene where they were learning the lyrics.
Yeah.
It was just like, okay, now we're gonna have this show that you've already rehearsed and prepared for.
I mean, they did the choreography, but they didn't do
like normally it's like, oh, I gotta learn this song, make an outfit, and do this choreography.
No, it was clearly like in the packet. They were like, you'll be playing Marie Antoinette, and here is your 15 to 20 second clip where you'll be like what you'll be singing to, and it was like, okay, I like it because they were more prepared, but there was also less drama.
Exactly.
So Katya goes over to Fifi and she's like, oh my god, can I try on your Helen of Troy?
Right.
Oh, it's so pretty.
Thank God you're talented at something.
Katya is just coming for Fifi in the silliest, kind of best way.
It's the best way. Because, like, Fifi's been coming for people in, like, the confessional.
Yeah.
In, like, this embittered kind of, like, ugly way.
Yeah.
And Katya is coming for Fifi in this, like...
To her face.
To her face in, like, this passive-aggressive, jokey, like, you're actually not that good.
They're all sort of getting their costumes together. They're getting them out. And Alyssa is, like... So she's like pre-preparing all of her roles that she's playing each episode. Like last week, she was getting into Joan Crawford. This week, she was getting into Joan Crawford as Annie Oakley, and just like having a blast.
Having a blast. She was
Keeping
so
it
fun. She was giving you really good GIFs.
Alyssa's too concerned about how many GIFs she can get made after this.
What the fuck did she just say?
We had to rewind it.
I literally never heard anyone say that. And it wasn't even in like a, I'm gonna trademark this. And it's just like, this is how I say it.
Which was weird. And like, I know there's already a bunch of, like, I call them GIFs, and I know that the creator was like, it's GIF. And I think that's bullshit. You know, just because you created a graphics image file doesn't mean that you now command the English language.
Well, yeah, it's like, how do you say Jiffy peanut butter?
It's spelled with a J.
That's what I'm saying.
Right. Also, graphics is a hard G. And gift... Don't get me started. Don't want to go there. You know, I felt bad because I know that I said that I would be good if Fifi kept going, that I would be here for her. I'm not here for her.
No, we said we would be here for her if she proved to change and be better.
Right.
She is the same for me.
She's so the same for me.
Well, and I want to be, you know, she's saying, you know, Alyssa's spending more time trying to get people to GIF her, and I'm like, yeah, there are blogs and blogs and blogs and Tumblr pages dedicated purely to Drag Race GIFs.
Yeah.
Do you wonder how many?
Fuck yeah, Drag Race. .tumblr.com.
Nobody's GIFing Fifi.
No, because what does she just do? She gives you stank face.
So yeah, Ru announces that Ant and Ash from Second Division, who I have no prior knowledge of, were going to be the choreographers, and they were pretty fabulous.
They were these fabulous gay Australian boys. That was fun.
Hi, I'm Ashley.
Hey, I'm Anthony.
And together we're the Square Division.
Enough said.
You know, they already know the song. They already know they already have an outfit.
Yeah.
Girl, you just gotta learn some choreography. I don't know. This challenge seemed easy to me.
Well, and that's why I think it was so close, so even.
That's what. You
know, at the end it was like, well, no one sucked. No one was horrible. You know, so it was just
no one struggled trying to come up with an idea.
Right.
You know, like that's what, like I wish she had been like, you have, you know, all day and all of these materials to like research and make up a thing on your woman.
Yeah.
And instead it was just like, okay, let's pull out our costumes from the bag.
That we already had made a month ago.
Cool.
So they're all learning the choreography. Ginger's having a hard time.
Well, and she's very concerned about her big dress. And then Fifi is just like, your gown is so big.
Girl, your dress is huge.
Her dress is so big.
Her dress is so big.
People keep saying, oh, it's the editing. They're trying to make Fifi look bad. And I'm like, she's saying that shit.
She goes out of her way to ruffle somebody's feathers or to plant a seed of self-doubt. It's weird.
My thing though is that if she's supposedly trying to come here and be like, no, I'm really a nice person, I'm really like not like that, then why are you doing the same shit that you did? Be like, oh, what do I think about her dress? Oh, it's fine. We'll see how she does. No, she's not a bad drag queen. She's not a star. That doesn't mean that she should get like people yelling at her and like threatening her.
No.
But that also doesn't mean that she should be on the show anymore.
She's not fun. I don't find Fifi to be fun.
Not at all.
And that's what I want. That's number one on my list for drag queens.
Yep.
Be fun. They all get into it, and Fifi, says that she was really, really bullied and all this stuff, and then it comes out that like Detox was one of her biggest bullies.
I was evil to her because there was this fucking cunt who was evil and rotted to everybody. And of course, I wanted to protect my sister.
And Detox is like...
Well, I don't know if it was necessarily like a bully. I mean, I'm sure it probably was, but it seemed like it was a little... Like, Detox was defending her girl.
Obviously, time has passed, or friends. But I do feel bad, and I feel guilty and a little responsible for making her afraid of West Hollywood.
And obviously there's a difference between coming for someone as like...
Right.
Or versus being anonymous.
Right.
Detox was like, girl,
you're a fucking cunt.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be a cunt to you. And I'm fine with that.
Yes.
If any of these girls wrote back to us and was like, you guys suck, I hate you, I'd be like, yeah, that's fair. Sorry about it.
It's just an opinion.
Exactly.
We're not threatening to throw acid at someone.
No.
That's insane.
That's crazy.
That's insane.
I feel bad for her. I really do. That's awful.
Oh, yeah.
Just why is she doing it again?
It's like...
Unless that's just her personality.
I think it is when she's in a competitive, stressful situation.
Mm-hmm.
I think she lashes out. I don't think it's a particularly healthy place for her.
No.
Drag race. It doesn't seem to
It's a different version of a Doors issue.
Exactly.
So Ru comes down the runway.
Right.
And she's in this like blue kind of like stitched.
Well, it was like beaded flapper.
Yeah.
Not like loose flap, but like 20s tight fitting,
Yep. It was nice. I think the hair didn't fit the dress. I almost wish she'd had kind of like a flapper-esque, like short, like that could have been
like
kind
a
of
little
fun.
Louise Brooks.
Yeah.
That could have been cute.
I don't know, just something a little different.
Even more like Clara Bow, like big fluffy kind of, like short but curly.
Yeah.
So the challenge starts, and Michelle Visage is the voice of God.
Yeah.
And she does this silly Billy voiceover.
Yep.
Hey, it's me, God.
I didn't think it was really necessary, but okay.
So Alaska is first.
Yes.
And she is Eve. And she comes out in some Britney Spears.
VMA realness.
And it was very Britney Spears.
And so then it moves on through history. And so then you have Helen of Troy.
Fifi's Helen of Troy.
I mean, now, here's the question. Did they say like, ooh, I want to do like a Britney Spears VMA thing?
Maybe the producers decided that.
I don't know.
I don't know how much collaboration was involved.
I don't know.
But it did seem like certain ones were sort of tailored.
They were certainly tailored.
Ginger's was very theater,
right.
Broadway.
Right.
So it was like, okay, this makes sense.
It fit their personalities. So then it's like, well, is that the producers fitting their personalities?
Right.
Is Fifi's personality
heavy metal?
I just didn't get it. It was the same joke as The Secret Life of Pets, where like there's like the grand poodle,
the prissy poodle,
right? And then it's like, I'm like,
yeah,
okay.
Well, that joke is one note.
Yeah.
And so for me, Fifi did sell it. Like she really was like in the face and the guitar. Like she was selling it, but like to compare her lip sync, which was simply her yelling, I'm Helen of Troy, I'm Helen of Troy, I'm Helen of Troy in heavy metal style to someone who actually had lyrics was kind of unfair.
Yeah, that's true. So Helen of Troy, she was fine.
Yeah, she sold it and like sort of let go more than I thought she would.
Sure.
But I did think it was sort of a easier verse than anyone else's.
That's fair. I didn't think of that, but that's true.
So then Ginger comes out as Kathy McGrate.
Yes. I thought she did a fabulous job.
I thought she kind of did the best job.
I think she did. Well, no.
But she was up there.
She was. No.
She did a really fantastic job. She had a particularly performative and fun verse.
Yes.
You know, like
yeah, they gave her a good one.
Because hers was so Broadway.
Right.
You know, there was more
opportunity
to
ham it up and
obviously
really
she's
use the
playing,
stage.
You know, the world's most famous horse fucker. So like it was, you know, there was like a lot to play with.
Moving on along in history.
So then Detox.
Yes, was Marie Antoinette. Of course, it was more neon.
It was more neon.
But I didn't mind it.
I was on the fence.
Yeah. I wish it was a little bit more Sofia Coppola, Marie Antoinette, with the neon.
Okay.
What are the costumes in that movie?
The
were
costumes
fabulous.
in that movie were the best part of that movie.
And like the trailer for that movie was fabulous.
I just fucking hated that movie.
I hated that movie.
Maybe if I hadn't seen any neon from her before, you know, it would have been like a choice.
Like, ooh,
more
yeah.
of like, oh, you did that. It was good. It was like the colors were. It looked like a neon watermelon. Like
it was kind of clashy. I don't know. It was almost.
I was right on the edge on it. I really did like it.
And she did a good job. Her lip sync seemed pretty good.
I liked her lip sync, and it was obviously playing to her strengths.
Exactly. Once she really got into that, like,
well, it seemed like she was having, like, because she was having to, like, serve cake and lip sync, and there was, like, a bit of an awkwardness. And then it only got better and better.
Exactly.
So then the next person, who was also my favorite, was Alyssa Edwards as Annie Oakley.
It was everything.
It was so good. It totally changed the room.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the song helped because it was, like, the polar opposite of
like Marie,
exactly, you know, or whatever.
Exactly.
But then she just owned it. I mean, the choreography was so funny.
Yep. She was
bang,
great.
Bang, bang.
Yep. Oh my god! It's like riding that guy. Like I like she just like sits on him, and you can just see his junk like hanging out under her. Like it was great.
No, Alyssa's
was just everything.
Again, are we shocked that she did well in a dance challenge?
No.
I mean,
but I'm glad that she did. You know.
Yes.
This was her week, and she fucking nailed it.
Her hair was as big as Dolly Parton's. I mean, it was just.
Do you think she's country enough?
Like it was like. You know, rated R Doris Day. It was just so good.
Yeah, basically. And then, like, it goes to Roxy, who was,
Eva Pearl.
Yeah. I almost said Eva Braun. I was like, that's not right. Why is that in my head?
Oh my god, but can you imagine?
That would really change the message of this skit. Yikes. Then it took a turn.
Oh my god, and they all just played fascist girlfriend.
Anyway, so Roxy was fine.
It was fun. It was more fun. I rewatched it. It was more fun the second time.
Okay.
And she seemed to be having fun with it.
Yeah.
It got a little like manic-y at the end. Like it was a little like.
A little bit. I also don't think, I don't think she had the best song to work with.
No.
Was it bad? No.
Yeah.
But was it like super fun? Not really.
I mean, there was like the Madonna joke.
Right.
You know. I guess I wanted it to be less cha-cha and more like overly dramatic. Evita, you know, because like it's so known for just the drama of Patti LuPone, you know,
like the Nicole Scherzinger.
I mean, it's harder, you know, like to live up to that. I mean, Evita is such a famous Broadway musical, but like, I mean, in some ways, so is Annie Get Your Gun.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I guess I wanted it to be more later years Evita instead of like prostitute era Evita. I watched Evita a lot.
Apparently.
A lot. Didn't you ever see the Madonna version?
I've actually never seen any version.
Whoa.
Sacrilege, I know.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I watched it a lot. Had the soundtrack. I don't know. I liked it. You should rewatch it. See if it's terrible. For me, she was safe.
Yes.
Next up was Katya.
Last was Katya.
Who
Princess Di.
was Princess Di.
Which is a tough thing to do.
It's
as
weird.
Naomi Watts will tell you.
Oh, girl. That movie was so boring.
So boring.
Anyway, it's hard to do Princess Di. There's so much baggage with Princess Di, and as Ru says later...
Well, in Katya's defense, Princess Diana is really the only figure that we remember what she looked like.
It was such an iconic thing.
Exactly.
Whereas, like, you know, Eve... Okay.
Oh my god, I almost wish that Alaska had done Eve from the terrible musical The Apple. Oh.
I thought you were going to say Eve like the rapper. And I was like, yes.
Well, sure.
I also think her song that they gave her was somber. It was like, I'm a British lady and I'm going to sing to you.
It really didn't give her a lot to work with.
No. I don't think Princess Diana was necessarily a good choice.
Well, this is what I thought what Katya could have done to really jazz it up is there was this whole thing about how, Princess Di was like too much for Charles to handle.
Right,
She wasn't this like wet blanket British lady or whatever. So had Katya had this huge, gown on and then done a tearaway and been in like fabulous lingerie with like snaps and a corset and a teddy, it kind of would have sold the whole thing and would have been fucking fabulous.
It would have been.
And then she's like flicking them off in the lingerie at the end.
Yes.
Hearing that track, she needed to do something with it. Because it was like, ooh, I got stuck with a dud. I mean, I think there is a weirdness there of like, we can't, desecrate the memory of this person who died tragically. Like, there is a weirdness there.
It's a weirdness. I mean, I guess Catherine the Great died tragically too-ish, but in a much different way.
Her children are not currently alive.
That's true. I don't know who picked it either. That's what's annoying, is that I don't know who picked that. Who do I blame for that?
Well, clearly Katya didn't pick to do Princess Di because she says,
I'm a little resentful at Ginger because she gets the part not only that's Russian, but also fucks a horse.
So, coming up, we're going to talk about the runway looks and the Ru and the critiques and everything. Yes, all that stuff.
Yes.
But we're going to try a little thing. We're going to put an ad right now. So, if it's obnoxious, please tell us, and we won't do it. But if it's okay, then we're going to make some money. So, thanks. Cheers. Category is Future of Drag.
the future of drag.
I think a lot of the queens, and by a lot, I mean all of them, took it as like
Literal.
drag, like futuristic drag.
They all did like sci-fi outfits.
It was like the comeback of the red kimono, but with like silver robot instead.
I was on a whole disappointed in this runway.
Yeah.
Because they were all so similar.
Yeah.
When I heard the future of drag, I was like, sick. They're all gonna do like what they think
drag's gonna be in 20 years or whatever.
And everyone just decided to do a robot.
Yeah.
And I was like,
So first down the runway, Alaska.
In my favorite look of the night.
Yeah, I think so.
Of a low pull. I really liked hers. I
mean, she comes out with these crazy, fabulous nails on, like,
nails
sticks.
on wires,
yeah.
like 3-foot nails. I mean, that just made so much sense to me. It was like, what's the future of drag? Well, in Alaska's mind, it is 3 feet nails, because she has an entire song about nails, and like...
It made sense.
It made sense to me, and Alaska is this, alien from planet Glamtron. She was the only queen that took her personal aesthetic and added it to the future of drag.
Right.
Fabulous, like red yoke, makeup on and this hair and the yeah, right. It was just,
it was fun.
I thought Alaska's had the best look. It was sort of like Earth Girls Are Easy, like a female Earth Girls Are Easy alien, like Jeff Goldblum or whatever. I liked it.
I thought it was fun. I liked it too.
I liked it a lot.
So the next was Fifi.
Yes.
Who had a very elaborate Transformers costume.
It was like Metropolis almost. In Metropolis, there's like an Art Deco style and a look, and the lines are beautiful. And hers was just robot. It was like a mech suit. It was like Edge of Tomorrow.
With like,
with like
this big gun.
It was like huge gun.
I mean, it was all, like, the production value of her costumes is very good.
It was very impressive.
But it's still just very costumey to me. I just don't get it. She keeps bringing me cosplay drag, and I keep being like, but that's not drag, that's just cosplay.
It needs some other twist on it.
Yeah.
So it's not just a costume.
I mean, I guess technically it's drag if you're dressed like a woman
Well, anything can be drag, but for my personal aesthetic, I would like a twist on the costume or slightly more fashion to it. Something that would excite me instead of just, this is a really elaborate and cool Halloween costume. So next up, oh boy, oh lord, I don't know if I'm ready for this one.
What was she thinking?
Next up was Ginger Minj. She looked like Judy Jetson got pregnant in high school and had to become a stripper. It was so bad.
It was so bad. Like, honestly, dry fit level bad.
It was single-handed, like, her having one of the top performances of the night. This was so bad it landed her in the bottom. Like, that's how bad it was.
Seriously, though. She was serving us, like, camel toe realness.
The tuck was odd, and then it had, like, a half curtain of black tulle on the back.
Yeah.
And then her wig was, it was real bad, you guys. She seemed to be, like, not herself this season.
No.
And I appreciate that was corseting herself and going for a more polished look, but that wasn't what the corset looked great.
That wasn't the problem.
The dress was ugly. You know what I mean? So it's like there's a taste. She's right in this sweet spot where it's bad fashion, but if she took it a step more further, it would be fun camp.
Yeah.
And it's just stuck at bad fashion.
Yeah. This dress was just a disaster. And it wasn't because you couldn't see the lights in the lights. That wasn't the problem.
If this had worked in my favor with the lighting, it'd be a different story.
No, it's still ugly.
It was like some jiggly caliente, you know?
Yeah, it was.
It was just everything. It was
throwing on it.
Too much of everything.
Too much going on.
If you're gonna do glow in the dark, I'm sure you can ask.
Yeah.
The producers say, hey, I want to walk out, I want to come out and the lights are down, and then they can come on after I have revealed I'm all glow in the dark.
Right. I want to come out to darkness, turn on my lights,
turn out all the lights,
and you just see my tits glowing.
And here's my glowing tits, and then once I get, whatever, a few feet forward, the lights come on. Make it a moment. Make it a statement.
Also, like, could you imagine if she did, like, a bodysuit, like, Tron realness, but then just, like, the lights going down the leg, and, like, a kind of fun catsuit, whatever.
Or have the lights go down and make it a fringe and have it look like a jellyfish.
Yeah.
Just
play with it. It was just not fully baked.
Make it a look. Make it a statement.
Yeah. And, like, do a real entrance. I mean, talking about gagging, they would have gagged. Yeah. No one's done that.
Ooh, that should totally be a challenge.
A glow in the dark challenge?
Like a black light challenge.
I love that. Yes. Detox would slay. Anyway, I mean, it was tragic.
It was a disaster.
It was the Pismo Beach disaster. So Detox comes down. She's got some really good runway looks.
Detox knows how to create a moment.
Yeah.
And how to come out guns blazing.
Yeah, like she knows how to do a real strong look.
Paint a picture, you know, like I get, like you are doing this.
Yep.
And
strong looks.
Great. She has very strong looks. She takes off her wig. She's painted head to toe silver.
Yep.
She's got Mila Jovovich's outfit from Fifth Element on. Her tuck is on point.
Yep.
So Detox's tucks have been on point.
Yeah.
And it was like really, really cool.
It was really cool.
It was very dramatic.
Yes. So Alyssa comes out in like her black swan outfit, but with like tinfoil hat on top.
It was like Genghis Khan fembot. It was like a lot. It was very Alyssa. I did like her wig. Her wig basically looked like black glittery streamers, and I thought that looked cool.
Yeah. I didn't hate this as much as the judges kind of seemed to, although she still was in the top, so.
It was so much.
It was a lot.
It was more camp. It was more of like, I'm just going for it, like with the shoes.
It's Alyssa.
It's Alyssa. I mean, what are you gonna do? You know, the shoes were insane.
The moon boots.
It was a lot. I couldn't hate it, but boy, was it a lot.
Yeah, that's the right. I couldn't hate it, but boy, was it a lot. That sums it up.
So, Roxy's look was polished, kind of boring.
It was a little boring. It was kind of like
another like robot corset and panties.
Yeah, I guess that was the other thing. Like they didn't have to make these outfits, so it's just like, what did they do this episode?
That's why Alyssa was like going crazy.
I guess she was like she had so much time on her hands.
It was, I don't know. There was like the shapes kind of reminded me of Thor.
Oh yeah,
it was like an Asgardian kind of.
It was,
but not enough.
Exactly, hers was not enough.
No,
it was too simple that I was like, well, this is just kind of whatever.
It was polished but simple.
Yeah. So then
Katya comes out.
I kind of liked it.
I didn't hate it.
It was like chainmail Jetsons.
It was like Rosie the Robot.
Yeah.
You know, realness.
I mean, I think her big mistake was making it so rotund.
It was very covered up, but that was sort of, for me, that's what made it more fashion.
Hers had more thought I could tell what she was going for. Like there was more thought and planning behind it.
There was even like a Korean bridal.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, actually, totally.
You know, there was more going on for me than Barbarella corset and panties.
Like she had the big fucking chocolate donut on her head.
For that wig alone, they should have been like, yes. I'm just very confused as to why they all decided they needed to do robots.
I don't know.
It was a weird runway.
It was a weird runway. It was a bummer. It was a weird episode, in all honesty. It really was.
Yeah.
Because there wasn't much challenge. Everything was pre-done.
Pre-prepped.
Yeah.
You know, it was like, well, we got here the day before, we prepped everything. Okay, now we're going in.
Yeah, it's like, this isn't a cooking show. I want to see them mise en place. I need to see them putting it together.
There wasn't like any hurry or rush or...
No.
You know, it wasn't like...
There was like no stress about this episode.
No.
Until for us as audience members when they announced the bottom two.
So Alyssa and Detox were the top 2.
Yes.
And I think that's pretty good.
I thought that was fair.
And Katya and Ginger are in the bottom. And I was like, what the fuck?
I just was really, like, and we were, like, I'm still, like...
Katya, what's my home?
It was a tough episode to judge.
It was a weird one.
Also because it was so uneven in the songs that they were given.
Yeah.
You know, like you said, Fifi just had to go, I'm out of try! I'm out of try! I'm out of try! You know, like, okay. So they did the same, like, pull them aside on the couch. Yeah. At least there were only 2, so it was a little quicker. Yes. And it was really intense because it was like, holy fuck balls.
Well,
like,
Katya definitely got, you know, kicked in the pants. Like, she was like...
Katya was really hurting, and it was sad to see.
Yeah.
It was really sad to see because Katya has had such a fabulous attitude coming into this, right? You know, she's just been like, I got this, I'm on a mission, I'm going for it. Yes. And this was like, oh no, that doubt and like the clouds are coming back over her.
Yeah, like the rain cloud just like forming. It was like, no, don't go into the dark place.
Right,
don't do it. Come back into the light. And I feel like that's what Alyssa saw.
Yeah.
And hopefully, I believe in her. I believe in Katya. Hopefully, I think this was sort of like a shot in the arm. Like,
I think.
Okay, pull up your boots.
Well, and I will say,
move on.
I will say this. I appreciate what she said when in her justification, which was not a fucking 8-hour-long speech like Alaska, was
sometimes being in the bottom could just be a one-night kind of gig.
Ginger has been real low.
Safe or bottom.
All 3 episodes.
Yeah.
Never turned it out.
Nope.
And Katya turned it out. She turned it out more in 1. The other aspect of it is that I wouldn't have blamed Alyssa if she was just like, yeah, I'm going to keep Ginger. Because Katya is a stronger competition. She had a bad night. But she's going to fucking send me home. Because you know she is. You know, so... there's a strategy there.
Yeah. So they go back and Alyssa like takes off half of the shit that was on her outfit.
Yeah, she takes off the whole crown and the thing and the...
you know, quick change to get prepared for the lip sync. And then the lip sync. Oh my god.
It was a great lip sync.
It was so good. Well, and Detox, she makes some comment like, you know, I didn't have to change costumes. Right. And I was like... girl, Alyssa changed to fit the song and it worked out.
Also, Alyssa burns when she dances. You don't.
Alyssa was fucking living for the song. From the get when she like goes back.
Right, and the leg up, and then the slapping of the... like, it was great.
It was so fucking
It's everything that you would want from her.
It was like I was literally watching Goddess.
Yes.
It just wasn't topless. Can Alyssa have like... a goddess-esque show in Vegas? Because I would go.
I would go.
I would go to Vegas.
I would absolutely go for that. Tell it to my heart.
And the judges were like, they seemed to be like, fucking yes, this song. And Detox held her own. She was good.
She did.
But it was very weird watching this like silver snake.
Yeah.
You know, like sing this pop song. And that's why I think it was a smart choice on Alyssa's part to literally like dress for the event that
Sure.
was this lip sync.
Sure.
Because she was like a private dancer. Like it was kind of everything.
It was.
Her hair was great. She looked really pretty.
Her hair annoyed me.
Well, because she was doing a lot.
Well, she just kept, she would do like a death drop and flip forward. That
was
was fabulous. Oh my god, I want a GIF of that right now. I want a GIF of that right now.
Oh, don't make that a thing. Like, stop it. I don't want that to be a thing.
And then like flips forward and then just flips her hair.
I was okay with it. Like,
it was great.
Her hair looked just like luscious. Like it looked like Rachel Weisz's just like luscious brown locks, and I was like, yes, I'm into this. It was just like a really fucking good lip sync.
It was really good, really fun.
Like Alyssa turned it out. Detox was
She was prancing and
yes.
flopping and
Detox was also good. It was hard. I thought it might be, but it was hard. Her entire face was painted silver, and so were her lips, so it was like harder to tell.
It would have been fun if she just put like a neon lip or something on.
Ooh, that would have been fun even just for the runway.
Sure.
Alyssa clearly and decidedly won.
The whole episode, absolutely.
It was just everything, and she saved Katya, thank God. I was like genuinely really freaked out.
I was really concerned.
Katya, I love you. You have a lot more to show.
Like,
she really deserved this. I'm so glad that she stepped her pussy up, like, to like the perfect level. Like,
yeah.
I just want to see her, if she can bring this every week. She has a real shot.
Yeah. So this episode was still great.
Yeah.
It was a little weird.
It was a little weird, but it was
great.
still fabulous.
I wish everyone's runway had been better.
I do too, and I wish that they had more of like a challenge to do that we saw them doing.
Yeah. Well, maybe like since they didn't have to prepare as much, they should have done a mini challenge or something.
Yeah. Something. Oh, anyway, so here's to more Drag Race. Woohoo! Once again, subscribe, share, tweet, Facebook, Tumblr, tell all your friends. You gotta do it. If you're enjoying our videos, please subscribe.
So tune in next week.
Did they say what the challenge was, or did they just show us a bunch of drama about them freaking out about Alyssa saving Katya?
I think it cut off.
I don't care. It doesn't matter what they do. They can fucking sit and watch paint dry. It'll still be fabulous.
If Michael Fassbender showed up.
Yes, in overalls. Cheers to Drag Race! Yay!
And Michael Fassbender.
Always. I didn't realize that Derek Barry's makeup was coming back for a reprise this season.